hello my fellow humans, and welcome back to another pick a card reading with Scatter Love Tarot. Today we are doing a pick a card reading on who is constantly thinking about you. That's what we're gonna do today, guys. So we'll see what comes up, and it is going to be a shorter reading today just because just a quick note here, guys. I am prepping to travel. I will actually be on the road for a month, so I am trying to get you guys all squared away so that when I am traveling, I'm not busting myself to try and get it out, but also so that way then you guys are taken care of and you have your readings. Just a quick note here, guys. So you guys may notice that there are some readings that are getting shorter. That is okay. Once I get settled in the next place that I'm going to, I will go back to giving you guys regular length readings, which are usually about a half an hour to 40 minutes for you guys, okay? But these are just going to be quick and fun readings to get you guys there. And remember, they're always for entertainment purposes, and they are general readings. So if they are resonating, hit that thumbs up button down below. And remember that as you interact with the channel, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy to get you out more resonant readings. Make sure you guys are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you always get notified when the next video does get uploaded. And just, I want to say thank you so much to anyone and everyone that has joined this tribe. I feel so seen and loved and appreciated and honored to be here because you guys are just so incredible and amazing, and I'm just like, it's just such a wonder where I am at and that I get to experience this journey with you guys and share this journey with you guys. And I just hope you guys know how much it means to me for those of you guys that are joined. And for those of you that are new, this is a safe space. We're all human here. You guys are welcomed with open arms to come as you are in this here now moment. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the prayer so we can start our reading. Let it burn. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, burn. Big wheels keep on turning. Proud Mary keep on rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling down the river. I don't know why this song is coming up, but cool, let's go with it. Alright. My beloved source, this is a prayer for any and all who come onto this video or in this space, even if it's just for a second or for the entire time. I ask that you surround them with your bright, white, golden light of love and help them to connect with this crown source energy. Help everyone on here remind them that they are from this created energy, whether that is a dedication to you, a dedication to another being, or a dedication to self. Understanding that we all have the ability to tap into this magnificent creative ability and this magic place where miracles can happen. I ask that you help guide everybody here to the knowledge that they are truly worthy and deserving of miracles happening in their own life. And I ask that you open their third eye and their physical eyes to seeing those miracles, no matter how small they may appear or how large they are. May they still find the gratitude in their heart to always stop and say thank you for this moment. And may they see and feel the appreciation and love of you. As these words are spoken unto this space, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Aseh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me tap that off over there and get this set up for you guys. All right. Cool. So today we are going to choose a card from my astrology deck. I've got it shuffled for you guys. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Source for pile number 1. What oracle card will help us understand who is constantly thinking about pile number 1? What oracle card will help us understand who is constantly thinking about pile number 1, source? Whoa, thank you. Okay, what oracle card will help us understand who is constantly thinking about pile number 2? What oracle card will help us understand who is constantly thinking about pile number 2, source? Pile number 2. What oracle card will help us understand who is constantly thinking of them? Thank you. And pile number 3. Who's constantly thinking about pile number 3? Whoa, thank you. All right. Cool. Okay, so for pile number 1, we do have this sand dollar for you guys to choose from. This is from Myrtle Beach. If you guys hear chomping in the background, my youngest dog, she is chewing on a bone, so it could be loud. For those of you with pile number 2, this is a shell fossil. Okay. And for pile number 3, we have this beautiful rock that I found in Carlsbad Beach. Okay. Get that set up for you guys. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you guys are drawn to, that should be the pile for you. Keeping in mind they are general readings, so always take what resonates and leave what does not. But with that being said, guys, I will see you over on whichever pile you chose. Hello, pile number 1. This is for those of you guys that chose the sand dollar. This is going to be your reading on who is constantly thinking about you guys. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not. However, if it does resonate, make sure you do interact with the channel by hitting that thumbs up button down below and subscribing and setting the notification bell, knowing that that does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. So with that being said, we are going to start with the dice as per usual and find out who is constantly thinking about you guys. So source, who is constantly thinking about pile number 1? What messages can we give to them? How can we help them understand who it is that is constantly thinking about pile number 1, source? Thank you. Ooh, it's a mystery person. My nose is itching like crazy all of a sudden. Okay, so let me get my block. Blockity block, block, block. I'm in a very goofy mood today, guys. I have had a very, very truly productive day, so let's go like this. There we go. I have a pattern I do them in so that I always remember. We have 8th house, Capricorn energy, and the sun. So 8th house, this person is very much secretive about how they like you. We will try our best to get as much information for you guys as we can on who this person is. But being that 8th house started the reading here, it is somebody who doesn't really like to put themselves out there. They like to live in that secretive energy. You know, you're thinking about Scorpio energy here, and Scorpions hide in their holes. They hide in dark places, right? And it's like this energy of they don't really want to be seen. And they're a little bit vicious. So there's a kind of a vicious energy here. It's like they don't want to be known just yet who it is. And like I said, I will go ahead and see who this is. We'll get a little bit further into it. They could very well be a Capricorn sun or have 8th house very prominent in their chart. They do not have to. You guys might not even know this information, which is fine, okay? This person, though, they are very much attracted to you sexually, especially with this 8th house energy here. They do want to have some kind of intimacy with you, whether that is a friendship or conversational intimacy or physical intimacy. They do want some sense of intimacy here with you. However, they are very, very slow moving energy with Capricorn here. They're very dedicated and determined. And so whatever type of relationship that this person wants to build with you, they are going to be very strategic. They're going to be disciplined. They're going to show up a certain way all the time. You're going to find that this person is super ambitious, intelligent. And at times, though, they may beat themselves up and be pessimistic. When Capricorn is in their shadow energy, they're very much the Debbie Downers of the zodiac, right? They just, everything is very negative, and it's very important for Capricorns to always focus on self-development, because that way they can come into this place of self-confidence. And if a Capricorn's not in a place of self-confidence, it is easy for them to get drugged down into the darkness of life. And I mean, that happens to a lot of people, so it's not just a personal plight towards Capricorns or anything like that, but that is a trait of Capricorn. Okay, so the reason they don't want to come forward right now is because they are being self-limiting, okay, and scared. There's a fearfulness that's coming through here. So they are trying to control their fear. They are trying to overcome their fear as well, but they're trying to control it because they do have a very fragile ego with the sun coming out here, okay? So you will find that this person, if this is a sexual connection, this person will blow your mind with stamina, okay? If not, if this is a friendship, you guys will find individuality with each other in this connection. If it's a business situationship, this person will bring a lot of reliance. This person will bring a lot of leadership, and you guys will have a lot of different things to celebrate. But this person is constantly thinking about you, but there is this underlying fear about them moving towards you because they don't want to deal with rejection. It feels like rejection is a very personal thing for them. I mean, who is it not personal for? But that's what it does feel like here. It feels like they take it very personally. It makes them feel like, oh, if somebody rejects me, that is against me as a person. It has nothing to do with the other person, right? And so they're just very afraid of rejection. Also, sometimes this person comes across as smoke and mirrors is what I'm hearing right now. And that's something that you will actually be able to burn through and see the truth to. You won't be too affected by it, but it is something that Source is saying to be leery of. So, who is constantly thinking about pile number one, Source? Thank you. Who's constantly thinking about pile number one? And I apologize if you guys hear that noise in the background. My dog is chewing on this bone. I know I said it when everybody was picking the card, but she has it on the hardwood floor, and it's just so loud on there. So, who's constantly thinking about pile number one, Source? Okay, thank you. Who's constantly thinking about pile number one, Source? Who's constantly... Whoa, okay, thank you. I want it to be like this. Okay. Let's find out what's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, okay. So, this person could be single. This person's definitely, yeah, they've got some toxic traits that they're working through right now, okay? They've got a lot of energy that they're dealing with, some things that they're going through, and we'll get into that in just a minute. But we also have confirmation of Capricorn energy here with the Devil coming through. So a lot of you guys could very well be dealing with someone who has Capricorn very highly aspect in their charts. Again, that does not mean that that's for everybody. That is just a confirmation for a few of you guys. Look at this. What was I saying? There's this hidden information, and we have the moon starting off your reading. Again, secrets, hidden information, not wanting to reveal things, like living in this dark place, like not wanting to let everything hang out in the daylight, not airing dirty laundry, not airing anything really. Like, this person wants to keep things under wrap because it's a lot easier for them that way. And with the moon coming out too, this is also showing what I was saying is this person's dealing with some issues here. They're healing some issues. Hold on. Let me see if I can make her move. That is so loud right now. Just a second, guys. Okay, guys, I apologize. It's loud on the carpet, but when it's on the hardwood floor, it is super loud. So I was saying that they had this energy that they're working through right now, right? They're healing some things. They're healing some of their own toxic traits here. With the moon starting the reading, this talks about healing coming. So this person is healing something right now. Okay, I feel like this person hasn't approached you. You may know who this person is, but you may not know who this person is. Or you may have suspected who this person is. Okay, we have the Judgment and the Four of Wands, both in the reverse here. It's talking about they're healing a broken heart. They're healing from somebody that... This feels like Stockholm Syndrome to me. Okay, this is... They fell in love with somebody who's extremely toxic to their well-being. And then it turned into a really odd obsession. And that obsession became all that they could think about. And now, the thing is, pile one, is that... I'm sorry, my nose is going like crazy. Like, Source is like on it today. It's like... So, the thing is that they're trying to heal this dealing with obsessions over another person because they could see how they could fall for you so hard that they could become completely engulfed in your guys' connection and completely obsessed with you. And that's not necessarily something that they want to do because they've been known to be clingy, they've been known to be overbearing, they've been known to be too intrusive and not having enough space for one another. And so right now they are in the process of healing this. And this is why they're not saying a whole lot here. There's this deep action that's happening on a soul level here. And so you may be single. This person may be single. But what is going on right now is dealing with something that left them feeling like either they were in a third party situation or they're very toxic. This can be something that's very sexual that they're healing from, especially with this Four of Wands here. Okay, they could be healing from a sex addiction too. That is coming through here. Okay, especially with the Devil, the Four of Wands, and the Judgment card in this spread. This could absolutely be a sex addict, and they didn't know that, and they're trying to deal with it on their own. I don't feel like this person is getting assistance outside. This, especially with Judgment, this feels very singular. This feels very much like dealing with myself and my higher guides, right? Like they're getting assistance from intuition and their higher guides are just trying to handle it on their own. And especially with this Nine of Coins here, they're really trying to look through the illusions that have come up in their life. And they're singling themselves out to try and figure out where do I have a foundational belief at? And how is that affecting me as I'm moving forward? But this person... Honestly, if I had to say it, guys, I know I said that this isn't always necessarily someone who's romantically interested, but this absolutely gives me romantic vibes or very sexual vibes with this 8th house energy and the Devil coming through. So this could be someone who really wants a sexual partnership with you, but again, they don't want to rely on that energy that they were in the past where... they have become so engulfed in the relationship that they've completely lost themselves, and it turned into something that was very toxic and something that was very demeaning. Like, that's what's coming through here, is very demeaning to their figure and their character. And they don't want to deal with that again. Here she goes, pulling out all her bones. She's got like 10 bones in this bucket over here, and she's pulling them all out. Yeah, so we have the 10 of Cups. So this could be a Pisces, Scorpio. We have Aries and Virgo energy also. Hey, please get some more clarifiers on this, Source. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, again, very sexual energy coming through here, guys. This is saying that they had a broken heart with this 10 of Cups in the reverse. This is like really showing that they had a broken heart. Like they felt like they were on top of the world. And they really weren't. Like, rather what happened was it was this illusion of things being good. And the sex was really good. And that's what kept them in this place of not seeing the truth, that this was actually a very exhausting situation for them. And so they like you a lot. Let me just say that, guys. Like, the energy that's coming through here is that they are really attracted to you. They are very much in this place of wanting to come forwards to you. But the problem that they're dealing with right now is healing this addiction that they had to another person. I keep calling it addiction because it feels like they would let this person go, and this person would come back to them, and they would invite this person back into their arms. And this was like a pattern. It's like they would leave each other, come back to each other, leave each other, come back to each other. And it was like finally there was one point in one certain circumstance that happened where they were like, I cannot do this anymore. And if you look here, we have 10, the ace, which would be 1 and 10. So we have 1, 1, 1 all out on the bottom. And you guys are pile number 1 coming through with 11, 11. This person is going through a spiritual transformation right now, and it is not easy. This person could very well be in the dark night of the soul, and you're the light getting them through with the sun coming out up here. You guys are very much in this place of helping them deal with this. And if you guys are single, they see that as hope in their life. Like, oh my gosh, pile 1 is single. Like, that gives me hope that I can heal this. I know that I'll be able to do this in time to come towards them. But right now they're just exhausted because they've dealt with so much. And they're coming to this realization that the only reason that their heart was broken is because they didn't want to let go. They didn't want to let go of what felt comfortable. They didn't want to let go of what felt good. They didn't want to let go of, like, if this is the best partner that they've had under the sheets, this is somebody that was scary to let go of, because if I let go of them, who's going to be that good with me again? And I'm always going to be thinking about this person because no one's ever going to match that. And that was a deep fear for this pile. For your person that's thinking of you, they are very much in this place of worrying that even if they come towards you, that there's still going to be something that's drawing them back to this other person. It's not to say that there is or there isn't, but they have to come to this understanding that not everything is about sex, right? And that's exactly what they're going through right now. And I mean, it's not to say, I feel like this person has a high sex drive. I feel like this person is very, why do I hear vivacious? I don't know why that word is coming through right now, but that's another thing too, is they're very much in this place of wanting to give and make sure that you're feeling good as well. But right now, there's also this feeling of bad luck that you're single because they're afraid they're not going to heal in time. And we have another 10 coming out. This person is on the precipice of starting a new beginning, but they have to make a decision. Look at that with the World card. We have the 4 of Wands and the World card coming out here. Okay, the 4 of Wands in reverse again. They're on the precipice of letting go this frustration so that they can begin again, so that they can start anew, completing this cycle overall and letting go of what's no longer serving them. It is scary though. Source, can you give us some oracle cards to help us understand who is constantly thinking, who is constantly thinking of pile number 1? I don't know why I felt like I needed to turn this over right away. Usually I draw my other cards before I turn them over, but we have 31 coming out with cycles and hair. Like, guys, if this isn't clear enough, who's constantly thinking about you? This is somebody who wants to build something with you. Okay, they want to be in your life. They want to come forward, but right now they're just clearing out their karmic debt. Okay, and you guys have probably been through the same cycle where you've had to let go of things that weren't serving you. You guys had to let go of things that weren't feeling good, and things that at one point to you was like, that was the have-all, end-all, be-all, and if I let this go, how am I going to feel? Oh, now my other dog is playing with them. Look, we have Shaman on the bottom with ancient healing wisdom. Guys, I'm telling you, this is like Source's intervention in this person's life. They're very much doing it alone because I feel like whatever it is that they're going through right now, it feels very like overwhelming. And there's like this underlying thought of, if I go to anybody, everybody I go to that knows me is going to think I'm crazy. They're going to have me committed. Okay, and so it's like they can only deal with this with themselves right now. And Source is coming in and playing a humongous part in this healing that they're going through. All right, let's see here. May I please have one of these cards? Just one. Just one. Not the whole deck. Just one. Wow. Okay, so that's what they want. The deck split and it fell over, and this is coming. Okay, so they want these two. I'll take them. I'll take them. So we have, I love this. We have 32 with relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. So we have relationship patterns coming out here, guys. This person, that's what they're healing with. This is who's constantly thinking about you. They want to come to you with a clean slate. They want to be able to offer you themselves, not their past. They want to be able to offer this truth now. And then we have new love. New love? What is a love? New love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. So there's a couple things here. Okay, this could be a business opportunity as well, but I'm not getting that. If that is what's resonating with you, then this person just wants to come clean. Like, they want to be able to give their ideas in this connection so that you guys can build something. For most of you guys, though, this person is going through spiritual growth. We already saw that with 1111, right? That is a very spiritual number. It's not connected to many labels. This is actually a number that is connected to our ascension. Okay, this is talking about us ascending to a new level. So you guys have this spiritual growth here and new love. And that's what they're going to come in with, is this new love. This is somebody who's offering new love. Okay, look at this. Iceberg, submerged. So you may know this person and they're only showing you a little tiny part of who they are. What they're going through right now is very personal and it's very frightening and it doesn't make sense, and it's like everything that they knew about the world is crumbling around them. And that is really frightening right now. And so they're learning some deep truths about themselves. And it's like breaking the stone that has built around their hearts for so long, and this shield or this wall that they've put up around themselves. And it's like, when that breaks down, they're going to be able to find out who they are. But it comes with letting go of these cycles. This person constantly thinking about you is actually helping them deal with this. Honestly, it's helping them overcome this, because the want to be in your life is so great that they're willing to do anything. It's like at all costs is what I'm hearing right now. Okay, but again, it is a slow process. Okay, so it's like, as exciting as this is, pile one, remember that everything comes in divine timing. So there's no time frame I'm putting on this, but it is a slow process here. What do we have? I can't. I'm done. I'm so done. What? Okay. So we have the South Node coming out here, destined to release. Okay. Who's constantly thinking of you? Someone who's releasing something. They're releasing something right now. A relationship. Really, at the base of this reading, it's saying this person is releasing a relationship. They're letting it go. This is a South Node. This is what's been comfortable up until now. Didn't I say that? This person has been comfortable with this situation, and now the whole of their foundation is crumbling. That's when we start to move into our North Node. And that's exactly what this person is dealing with here. That is such a trip. I love that stuff when it plays out like that. And I never know what these are until I see them with you guys, unless they happen to flip over in the beginning of the reading. So the thing is, guys, is this is intense. This person, and then we have all this purple energy coming through here. You see this purple here, this purple on this card, there's purple up here. This person's connecting with the divine. This is connecting with the crown chakra. This is something that is being divinely led to come into your life. Okay, overall, a very beautiful energy. This was great. I hope that this resonates. If it does, guys, make sure you leave a thumbs up down below. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. But until next time, stay human. Bye, guys. Hello, my fellow humans that chose pile number 2. This is for those of you who left dice on the table. My apologies. That chose this fossil. This is going to be your guys' reading on who is constantly thinking about you guys. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not. If it is resonating, hit that thumbs up button down below. That way you guys are connecting with my channel, which gives you an opportunity to get you out more resonant readings. And make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell so you always get notified when the next video does get uploaded. So with that being said, guys, we'll go ahead and ask your dice. And as always, starting it off, see why, or who it is that is constantly thinking about you, pile number 2. So source, for pile number 2, Who is constantly thinking about them? Can you give us some information about this person? What do they need to know? Who's constantly thinking about them, Source? Who is it that always has pile 2 on their mind? Who is constantly thinking about pile 2? Also, guys, I just want to point out there that more than likely we are going to get a situation that this person is going through. If there are some descriptive energies coming through, that is always good. I did get a little bit in pile number 1, but I feel like what Source is trying to point out is there's some certain circumstances that somebody's going through that you actually know is constantly thinking about you, and this is just confirmation. This is going to give you insight to what they're dealing with, okay? So we've got 7th house, Cancer, and Mercury. Okay, so this is actually somebody you guys could be married to. That might not resonate with everybody, but it could be somebody that you've had a relationship with for a while. It could also be a business situationship, especially with 7th house here. We're talking about love, relationships, partnerships, business, and such. Let me fix that. There we go. Okay. Okay. And this is something that I feel is being nurtured at this time. So it does feel like there's a lot of nurturing going on in this situation. It feels either very old, like, not to be mean. That's not what I'm trying to get at. It's just like, it's either you guys have known each other for a really long time or you've barely just met each other. Okay. But we are talking about marriage. This is dealing with business contracts and close and personal partnerships and romantic relationships with the house of the 7th house, okay? Also with Cancerian energy, this is someone who is super loyal, okay? They're really loyal. They love nurturing their relationships. They are very emotional. Some might have called this person sensitive, but it is a good thing that they're sensitive because it means that they're able to connect with themselves. They're very supportive and compassionate. They come through this idea of unconditional love, and they freely give love. But there are some times when they're dealing with codependent issues, and they may have a little bit of moodiness. So the other thing that's coming through here is they are deeply healing, and they're trying to really communicate with others boundaries that they're trying to set, and it's been a little bit difficult for them. It's interesting because right now I'm getting a really sharp pain at the base of, it's like where my chin meets my throat, I guess, the bottom of my face. Is that your chin? I guess where it meets your throat on my right side. It's like they struggle at times to set boundaries. Very, very much they struggle because they feel like they're in the wrong. They feel like, oh my gosh, like if I set boundaries, people aren't going to like me anymore, and it makes them very nervous. And they're coming into this understanding of being able to embrace the duality of sometimes they're going to have to let someone down so that they can keep themselves in a centered and balanced state, okay? Also, for some of you guys, this is someone who speaks another language, or they are a polyglot, okay? This is someone who speaks multiple languages. But if not, it's like they are always learning. So this could be somebody that is researching languages. I heard ancient languages, someone researching ancient languages. This person could be an archaeologist. That is another thing that's coming through. That was very random. Okay, but that is an energy that is coming through. So that is very specific. That might only resonate with one of you guys. But this person, they could very well be from another country, or you could be from another country from them. Well, I mean, I guess it would be the same, right? Anyways, it's just saying that right now this person has a difficult time communicating their boundaries because they're afraid they're going to let down the people that they love. So you might see this person actually in the process of setting boundaries, and you might be excited for that. You might be like, all right, go. You know, you're doing it. You're doing a good job. And then they feel like they did the wrong thing. Or there could also be this energy coming in that they've set a boundary with you, and you guys might not have liked that boundary, and just understanding that this is a part of their process, okay? But they're constantly thinking about you because they don't want to hurt you. Like, that's the main thing that's coming in here, is that they don't want to hurt you. And so some of you guys took it really personal that they were setting boundaries. Just know that it's them trying to really make sure that they're centered in themselves, and this is a part of their process. They're going to set boundaries with everybody. That means you included, and that's a necessary part of our journey, to set boundaries with everyone outside of us. At one part, there's a stint on our journey where everybody has to learn what it is to set solid boundaries and to respect others' boundaries. Okay, that is a part of the spiritual journey. It's a part of growth as well. So, Source, who is constantly thinking of pile number 2? Thank you. Okay, who is constantly thinking of pile number 2, Source? What can you tell us? Who is constantly thinking of pile number 2? I know, I heard you. I don't know why I kept shuffling. I just did. Who is constantly thinking of pile number 2, Source? What can you tell us? Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, guys. I'm like in a mood today. Like, I don't know what is going on. Okay, what is on the bottom of the deck? Yes, I love the Judgment came out here. This person is they've been called to a higher calling. Okay, and this person is answering that call, and through that, they are really trying to listen not only to themselves, but their guides. And so their guides are leading them on these roads that they're not familiar with, they're not very comfortable with. And the whole time, if you notice, she's looking at this figure. Now, they do talk about how this figure is actually an old man, okay? Never once have I ever felt that energy from these cards. When I see this, I see her looking at herself as an older person, okay? And I've always seen that. If you guys see this card here, hopefully they don't get mad about that. But here's the thing. It's like she's looking at herself as an older person. And in that, okay, she's like trying to figure out, what do I do now in order to make sure that I have peace in my later years? And that's exactly where this person's at. They're constantly thinking about you. They're constantly trying to heal themselves. And I think that's something that we will see across all the piles today. But let's find out a little bit more about this person. They seem like they've come very far from a situation. Yes. Like, I love that we have the Ace of Swords starting this reading. I love this. Look. Oh, guys. So absolutely, this could be somebody that you're in a commitment with. This could be someone that wants a commitment with you. Regardless, with the Pope coming out in the center of your reading, this is absolutely someone that wants to build a life with you. And they're trying to heal from things that maybe they have judged others on, or maybe that they feel like they don't have a right to judge others on, right? But there's this energy coming through right here. This person has been in a situation before where they tried to set boundaries and they stopped because the person they were trying to set boundaries with basically took them through the ringer and put them in a very, very, very questionable position, okay? And they didn't like that. It felt really bad. And I'm not saying this is you. For some of you guys, it could be, right? And that's okay. We are human. We have emotions. And sometimes as a human, we allow our emotions to get the best of us. And that's not anything to beat yourself up about. It's always a place for us, if we've been in that situation where maybe we judge somebody too harshly or too soon, we have to ask ourselves, where is that triggering me at? And then come back into a balanced state so that we can approach the situation from a place of love. Right? And that's all that is. That's all triggers are. They're an opportunity for us to come with love, or an opportunity for us to grow. And when we start to look at things that way, we begin to understand that there's no reason to hold a grudge against ourselves or another person, right? And sometimes that's not always the easiest thing to hold on to, but as you begin to believe that and let that become a core belief within you, things will get easier. And that's what I feel this person has done, is they've let this become a core belief. And so whoever this justice in the reverse is, who has judged them, or this could also be that they have judged you for setting boundaries, okay? Like maybe you set a boundary and they judged you right away, like, oh, why is pile 2 doing that? Like, why can't they just let me do what I want to do? But what has happened is the table has turned, and now they're in a place where they too have to set a boundary. Okay, so again, take it as it resonates. I'm going to continue reading it as I was, but just know that that is also another situation coming in. Okay, but they've finally been given the intuition and the clarity and the seeing. This Ace of Swords is really the seeing that they care about you and they want to be committed to this, but there's a lot of bureaucracy and things going on behind the scenes that they have to deal with and handle, okay? With the Justice here, this person could have to go through some kind of legal trial or lawsuit in order to come towards you. Or this is what has happened, is that there was some sort of lawsuit between the two of you guys and they realized that they may have acted a little bit too hastily. Okay? But there's definite healing coming here, and there's healing from being a manipulation. Like this is, so I was gonna say a manipulative bee, okay? A little, bleh, I can't get it out. So this is like somebody who's being manipulative, okay? With the King of Swords in the reverse, this is somebody who said what somebody else wanted to hear, and they got what they wanted for a time, but then again, this came back around on them. This energy came back around on them. And so who's constantly thinking of you is someone who at one point has done you wrong, okay? They've done you wrong. This is somebody who has judged you for doing the same thing that now they're trying to figure out how to do in their own lives. And because of that, now they're constantly thinking about you. Now they're like, oh, well, Pile 2 actually knew what they were doing. Like, I should have let Pile 2 teach me at that time, because it would have been so valuable to learn it at that time rather than having to go down this twisting, winding road of craziness that I had to go on, right? And that's okay. Like, we all have to learn it our own way. Like, it would be so easy if we could just go based on what everybody told us, but that's not how it is. Yeah, this is something very karmic for them. They were dealing with a lot of anxiety because they were afraid they weren't going to be liked. So if this is someone who has judged you for setting boundaries, okay, the reason that they judged you was because they were afraid that they weren't going to be liked by the people that they know in their life. There's a deep anxiety and a fear that's coming through here with this 8 of Wands coming out. It's in the reverse, okay, and they thought they were going to be judged by others. In reality, though, like, that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't matter what others think, but that this person has relied on that for so long. Yeah, they relied on it because they had a misconstrued version of what it meant to be open and communicative with someone they cared about. They really were in this place of, if I run away, everybody has to chase me. And then finally, it's like Source brought them to a place where now they have no place to run. There's nowhere to run except for them to turn around and face themselves. Because it's like either they've been left alone or they've been brought to a situation where now it's like they see, okay, I either deal with this and I face myself, or I could potentially lose this person that I care about so deeply. Yeah, and so there's this healing, and this is healing commitment wounds. This could be somebody that you guys have been dating for a long time. I mean, I do hear marriage, but this could be children that are involved with the Justice here, okay? It doesn't have to be. Again, take it as it resonates. But what I'm saying here is that it's like you guys could have had kids together and not been married, and then something happened where it's like a situation where you walk away. And now it's like, oh my gosh, like I realize I want Pile 2 in my life like that, and I don't want to lose them. And now I realize like I have to learn how to embrace my darkness and balance it with what is good within me and bring that as a whole. I have to come as a whole being, right? How do I want to be there when I'm older? So this is someone that you guys could have known for years. That's what it feels like. This is someone you've known for years. So maybe you guys met when you were in your 20s and now you're getting to your 30s and 40s. And this person, it's like you're in this energy of like, grow up. Like it's time to grow up. It's time to stop acting like we did when we were 20. You know, or even it's time for us to stop acting like we did when we were in our 30s. Like we need to grow up. We need to either decide if we're going to live life together and be happy and grow old together, or we need to cut the ties. So what is it? what's going on. And so I feel like that's a thing, and that may be why they judged you. And now they're realizing like, whoa, I'm getting way too old to act like this. Especially with the Pope here, there's like something about age that's coming in here. And with this, the judgment that I was telling you guys about, there's like something about age that is coming in here. Yeah, and so now they want to move forward. Now they want to come forward towards you. They want to offer you guys something. This could be offering you sex. Okay, this could be someone that's very sexually attracted to you guys. But at this point, what they're really looking for is they want to have balance. So I feel like they're going to bring an apology around how they treated you as a sexual partner. This sounds strange, but that's the energy that I'm getting here. It's like I feel like this person's going to come and say, I'm really sorry that I treated you like an object. Or I'm sorry that I treated you like an option. Or I'm sorry that I messed around and I cheated on you. Like that's what I feel is coming through here. This person's constantly thinking about you because now all those things that they did and brought into your life, now it's getting put back on their own shoulders, and they have to do something with it because it's becoming too heavy to bear. And they're seeing you guys thriving, and they want to nurture it. This person's really kind, but again, with that boundaries or with respecting boundaries, right? It could be both, but I do feel like this person's having to set boundaries with another person the same way that you had to set boundaries with them, you know? And that's what is the ultimate feeling that's coming through here. It's like sometimes that's hard though. It's like we have to lose the best thing in our lives in order to understand and even appreciate it, right? And that's what I feel like this person did. It's like they lost you and you were the best thing in their lives, or they're on the precipice of losing you and you were the best thing that was in their lives, and they're just kind of like, oh my gosh, like what do I do? Like I don't want to lose pile 2. I don't want them to go. Like, they've always been my ride or die, and now, like, now what, you know? Yeah, so we have Milky Way perspective coming out. Like, they're finding their way in the darkness. They're trying to find the light in the darkness, right? Like, it's not an easy thing. It's none of that is. And remembering that it's okay to forgive. Like, it's difficult when we go through situations like this, and it's up to you guys what you choose to do ultimately, right? At the end of the day, though, if you don't forgive them, there'll always be a rift between you two, and it will keep you from moving forward on your own journey. The easiest way to free ourselves is to forgive ourselves for what we did in a situation, or letting ourselves be in that situation, and forgive the other person because they maybe not knew how they were hurting us, or even if they were aware, they didn't understand how it was affecting us, right? Because that's our feelings. That's for us to understand, for us to deal with. So another person can't actually understand our feelings, like, because they're very personal, right? They're a very personal situation. Yeah, you guys, what was I just saying? You guys are the best thing they've ever had, and we have Prosperity Peacock here. It's like you guys brought so much love and light into their life, and now it's like if they lose you, it's like it feels like darkness. It just feels cold and empty without you, right? And then we have this is 39 with 12 changing their perspective. We had Milky Way perspective come out on the bottom of the deck over here. Right? I'm going to leave this out. It's like they're learning how to change their perspective on how they approach situations like this and be vulnerable, especially under this Cancerian energy. Like sometimes this person was passive aggressive, and sometimes they were moody. Sometimes they were dealing with a lot of codependent issues. This could have been codependency on friends, like always expecting their friends to see them in a certain way. And when it came to you, like none of that mattered because you guys have this connection that's unexplainable. But it's like, at the same time, it's like they didn't want to be judged by their friends. And so they refused to show their vulnerabilities. And now they're put into a place where they have to show their vulnerabilities. And then we have number 19, which is 10, completing this cycle. It says, express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. And that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like they're going to come towards you with something. They're going to come and offer you guys something. It's going to feel like a pearl to you. It's going to feel like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been waiting for, right? Like it's gonna mean a lot to you guys. Whatever it is that they're offering. This could be a marriage, this could be a connection, this could just be like, hey, let's go out on a date. Most of you guys, though, I do feel like it starts with this deep apology, and that's the gift that they're giving you. If there's something more to that, great. But I do feel like with this connection, it is about an apology that's coming through. Okay, so let's see what we got for your guys' card. Yeah, we have Cardinal with Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. They could be Cancer. They could have Cancer highly aspect in their chart. 7th house. They could also have Mercury placements as well. So we have instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. So again, this is like paving a new road, right? Cardinal signs are all about paving a path that's never been traveled. And so that's exactly what they're doing right now. And we talked about that this is all new to them. Okay, and so it's difficult, and they're having a hard time vocalizing that. They're having a hard time communicating that. But as they grow, they'll be able to do that more and more so, and you guys will find that they'll come to you guys and they'll bring this new energy with them. Okay? So this is what I have for you guys. I hope that it resonates. If it did, please hit that thumbs up button down below. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. But until next time, guys, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans that chose pile number 3, or you guys chose this beautiful rock. This is going to be your guys' reading on who is constantly thinking about you guys. I do just want to put out, like, the other 2 readings were like this, so we'll try to get some descriptive energies on this person, possibly some zodiac signs or some astrology placements for you guys. However, the main energy of the reading has been going through telling us a certain circumstance that this person is going through, so that you kind of understand where they're at and why it is that they're thinking about you guys. I just want to set up expectations for you guys. However, who knows, your guys' could be different, and it could just give us all descriptive energies on this person. Okay, but as always, if it resonates, hit the thumbs up button down below, knowing that as you connect with the channel, it allows me to connect with your energy and get out more resonant readings for you. And subscribe to the channel and set that notification bell so you guys always know when the next video does go live. Let's go ahead and ask your dice and get started, guys. So for pile number 3 source, who is constantly thinking about pile number 3? What messages do you have for them? How can we help them out, source? Who is constantly thinking about pile number 3 source? Who is constantly thinking about pile number 3? Ooh, okay. So we have 5th house, Cancer energy, and South Node. Okay, so this is already going to be, you guys could be coming from another pile. Okay, if you are, you know which ones you are. And if you guys resonated with another pile, you are more than welcome to check that out. Just know it is a no means necessary or a requirement in order to get your reading here at this point. Okay? Perfect. So let's get into it, guys. So with 5th house, we're looking at somebody who wants to date you. They want to have a connection with you, okay? This is Leo energy, someone who's very romantic. Leos are my brave hearts, okay? They're very brave, but they're also very romantic. And why are they brave? Because usually a Leo will come forward when they're interested in someone or something. They're not usually the one that sits back in the bleachers and hopes that something's going to happen for them. Sometimes they do, right, if they're in their shadow energy, but this is someone who's very outgoing. They're very much in the spirit of joy. They have a lot of self-expression. This is someone who wants to romance you and get creative. I keep hearing getting jiggy with it right now. Okay, so that song may have some message for you guys. I think is it Will Smith? Yeah, getting jiggy with it, Will Smith. So yeah, you guys might want to check that out. You will find that this person is super loyal. They like to nurture their connections. This person has a lot of unconditional love and compassion. They may come across as a feminine energy, not necessarily though, okay? They just are very much in touch with their sensitive, soft side. They like situations to be safe, especially the home situation. This is someone who has taken a look at their family tree and said, that is not the kind of life that I choose to live. I want to build a connection and a life like how I think a family should be. And so this is the type of energy that they are going to bring into you guys, okay? All these piles have been really centered around love or someone that's been in love with you. And so if you guys are looking for business connections, some of these messages could also resonate with you guys in regards to business. It just means that just take the love side out of it, okay? However, this person is currently releasing a lot of darkness. They have a lot of fears to overcome and letting go of their baggage from the life that they've lived up until this point, okay? They've realized that they are really good at a few certain things, but they're not actually happy doing those things, okay? So maybe this person is really good at customer service, and they realize that they're absolutely miserable in customer service. Is because they've mastered networking and talking to people, and that's a gift that they have, the gift of gab, and they are absolutely miserable using that gift. And so this is pushing them to let go of something that's familiar and come into the unknown, right? And so this person is constantly thinking about you and daydreaming about you. This is someone who daydreams about what life would be like with you. And that's something that I feel like helps them with their day-to-day. Like, it gives them a sense of purpose. It gives them, oh, this is why I'm changing things. This is why I want to do what I'm doing. And so if this is someone who wants to build with you guys, like, you give them hope in the sense of creativity, and they would love to create a new, idea with you guys, or to build something with you guys. And that would mean a whole lot to them. However, this person currently is in the midst of it. I hear into the thick of it. Okay, so right now they're dealing with some really heavy stuff, and they're letting it go, but they are finding joy from romanticizing the connection with you, okay? Whether that's romanticizing a business connection or an actual love connection. They are really romanticizing that, and they're spending so much time nurturing that fantasy that it's becoming overwhelming. Okay, so let's see. Source, who is constantly thinking about pile number 3? Okay, thank you. Who's constantly thinking about pile number 3? I split the deck. We have the 6 of Cups coming out and Justice together here, guys. Yeah, this is someone who wants to bring you a love relationship. I don't usually talk about splitting the deck, but it just came out so, like, right there. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. So, all right, Source, who's constantly thinking about pile number 3? What messages can you tell us? How can we understand this better? Okay, this is someone who has been really superficial in the past. Okay, this person could have offered you a very superficial connection. It could have been very surface level, right? But they're done with that. They're done with the surface level, because you are a light in their life, right? You guys, not only are you a light in their life, like, they're learning how to embrace this Empress energy because of you guys, and they're willing to persevere in this adversity, right? Like, it's like this has been an adversity situation for them, offering you something that wasn't real, because they knew that how they felt about you guys was real. Okay, they knew that how they felt was real, but they still offered you something that was so bland and blasé compared to what they felt. Like, this person just was like, are you kidding me? Like, of course pile 3 was going to say no, right? Of course pile 3 was going to block me or to do this, because I had nothing to give them, and yet I still went out of my way and offered them something that was so bunk. Like, and this is somebody who didn't know how to fill up their own cup, and you've taught them a lot, right? And so we have the 3 with the Empress here. We have the 7 with the 7 of Swords here. It's like you guys have helped them come into completing this cycle. No longer are they going to be this person who's just offering just surface level connections. Like, they want something that's deeper with you guys. Yeah. Oh, this. Ooh. Okay. All right. Look at how we have these 2 knights on either side of this. This is what they offered you guys. I feel like this is really you guys. I was getting that when I first turned them over, but I really do feel like these energies are you guys. And I know we don't want to hear about ourselves all the time, especially when we're on these readings, but there's a purpose for this. It's like, first they offered you something that seemed like it could be love, right? But then they tripped up, okay? So then when that didn't work, then they offered you sex, okay? And then when that didn't work up, they're like, whoa, hold up. Hold on. So then they started paying closer attention to you, and they see how strong and powerful you are. Like, you're literally an Empress that came into their life and was willing to say, hey, let's try something. And they were like playing the part of a knight, and not even a knight in his good energy. Like, this is a knight in his shadow. Like, You know, it's like, oh, like, let me play pile 3 like I played everybody else and it didn't work. And now all they can think about is building a happy home with you. Right? We have Cancerian energy. We have Leo energy, Scorpio. We have Taurus and Libra and Aquarius energies. Okay? But the thing is like, that's what they're like in this energy now. Like, all I can think about is building a happy home. And all they can think about is how they came and showed up to you. Who's constantly thinking about pile number 3 source? Yeah. They're sad that they were conforming to what society said that they should be. So society said that they should play hard to get. Society said that they should be a player. Society said, okay? Instead of Simon says, society said. but that's the thing, and they're mad. Like, they're really mad at themselves for doing this. They're really mad at letting you go. Okay, it like had to happen this way though, because this person was in their shadow in their south node. When you're stuck in your south node, you are in your shadow. You are not in your north node. Your north node is when you're going towards your light, towards your soul purpose. Right? The south node is what keeps you away from your soul purpose. I can't. It's because they were afraid of commitment with you guys. That's the problem. Again, we have Leo energy coming out under the 5th house right here, right? It's like, this is the thing. It's like they were afraid that you guys would tie them down because of how deeply they felt when they first met you. Like, how much they felt attracted to you guys, or how much they felt, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Do you guys see that? This person. Ah! Look at this person. Okay, so they thought you guys were going to put a ball and chain on them. Right? They thought that. They thought that, oh my gosh, like, if I get involved with pile 3, like, I'm going to be stuck in a situation. I'm not going to have any freedoms. I'm not going to be able to enjoy my life. And then they've sat back and they've watched you be you. This person definitely sneaks around and tries to find out as much information on you as they can. And so now what? Now they're like, oh, I should have actually been real with who I am. And we have the Knight of Cups is a very romantic, altruistic type of energy. However, one thing to keep in mind. Okay, and again, your decision is your decision. Always listen to your intuition. I do just point this out, is that the Knight of Cups, out of all the Cups cards, he has the most shallow cup. Okay, so while it's not to say that this person's love is not real, it's just that even though he came from this shallow place, or they came from this shallow place to begin with, know that, remember, they're still coming just as the Knight of Cups. They're not coming as the Queen of Cups. They're not coming as the King of Cups. They're not even coming as the Emperor here. This is still just the Knight. So it's like, while they may have learned their lesson here, they still may not be able to meet you on your level. Okay? And that's because they still have a lot to go through. But then again, maybe this is exactly who you've been looking for. And that's okay. It's like you've done a lot of healing and it's like, this is exactly who I want in my life. And that's fine. That's fine. What's on the bottom of the deck here? Yeah, Temperance. Yeah, they're healing. They're balancing out these energies. They're letting go, right? Of course, with us starting with the Knight of Cups and then having the Knight of Cups come out in the upright here, it's like showing how they're making a total 180. Right? They're totally changing their energy. They're realizing that, yeah, they can be this energy over here, this player energy, but within them is also this good energy. And it's just because they've never, ever, ever, ever been around someone who's told them no. Right? And so it's left them feeling as less than. Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys turned them down because of their bunk offer, it's like, it's nothing that you guys did. It's just that this person couldn't handle the rejection. And because of that, like they just were so super upset about it. But again, it's like they're learning how to balance this out, and they're learning how to realize that if someone says no to them, that's actually not their fault. Like it's no fault of anybody's, right? Like they're realizing that. But up until this point, their entire emotional ego has been based on the acceptance of others. And so it's like, in you turning them down or not chasing them the way that they've always been chased before, it was an eye-opening experience for them. Source, can you give us some oracles? Thank you. Look, guys, look at what's on the bottom. The Watcher with Snow Leopard. Didn't I say this person's constantly trying to find out as much information about you as they can? That's the thing. Like, this person is always watching you. Like, they can't get enough of you. Like, it's just, they're obsessed with you, right? And it's like, it's not necessarily a bad obsession. This could definitely be a Scorpio, but a Scorpio or Leo, I feel like this could be a fixed sign as well. So that would leave Aquarius and Taurus. Okay, but they don't have to be. They do not have to be. But this person is just like, they can't get enough of you, but they haven't said anything, right? You have Cups cards here, but you don't have really any Swords cards except for the Seven of Swords in the upright. But that's you. You're the one that persevered over their actions. You're the one that overcame their actions, not the other way around. You're the one that was like, nope, that's not going to serve me. That's not what I'm looking for. Look, I can't play this game anymore, right? You're the one that communicated that. Right now, they're not communicating anything. Okay, they have emotions, but there's no sense of communication here just yet. That doesn't mean that it won't come. It's just right now there's no communication in this. So it's like basically them coming to terms with how they truly feel about you and understanding that, okay, now what's the next step, right? Okay, this one flipped over. We have number 17, which is 8, which is all about our karmic cycles and our abundance once we heal those karmic cycles. It says, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. And so I feel like this is a message to you from Source to have patience, because this person currently is basically coming to terms with how they feel about you. Okay, it's like, because they're coming to terms with how they feel about you, now they're having to look at themselves in a way that maybe they had not looked at themselves before. Yeah, and like we have number 18 here, which is 9. So we have 8 and 9, like 17 and 18. I can't with you guys. Transformation, sea otters. So they are in the process of transforming their energy, right? They're in the process of an awakening. What else do we have? Forest, breath. This is breath. And that's the thing. It's like this talks about breathing, right? Of course it does. We have breath. But if we're not conscious of our breath, or like if we start to freak out and our breath becomes shallow, we start to get into this fight or flight mode. This explains what has happened with this person. You stood your ground and you showed up as this empress. And because you didn't bring yourself down to their level, it put them in this stage of fight or flight. And instead of fighting for what they've always fought for, they fled the situation. And once they fled the situation, they got far enough away, they turn around. They can't help but watch you. They can't help but see you. And as the more they see you, the more they're like, what the heck happened? Like most people just give me what I want, but you didn't. You did not. And so now they're dealing with their own internal issues as they continue to try and get information on you. Let's see what your guys' card is. Yeah, we have Yang. You have Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, Aquarius energy here. And I did say that you guys could be dealing with a fixed sign, and we do have 2 of each signs on here, right? But we have Aquarius and Leo coming out. So it's like you guys... Again, it's like interesting that it ended with Aquarius, which I understand it goes in the order of the zodiac wheel, but it's just interesting because it's like ending on that fixed sign. This could be somebody that's a fixed sign, or they're in very fixed energy, right? And fixed energy doesn't want to change. You're not mutable. When you're in mutable energy, you want to change. You're in the flow, right? Cardinal energy is the big bang. It's like the start of whatever. So they're willing to pave the path. But this person's in a very fixed energy, like I'm staying in my energy. But then when they stayed in their energy, they lost whatever they thought they were going to have with you. So we have proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. Yeah, so there is some sort of forward motion here, but there's no sense of communication just yet. So I feel like this person really has to deal with their emotions first. And then once they realize, oh my gosh, I need to express how I feel, then that way they can actually come actively toward you and make things move forward. But right now, it's the sun is shining on the connection. The sun is shining on what's going on with this situation, and it's not necessarily an easy situation to go through. So they are saying to have patience. I feel like this person's being taught patience at this time too. So it's like you guys are both having to deal with this from separate from each other, but realizing that there's power that comes from that, right? There's something that's healing deeply here, and it has to do with a romantic situation, especially with the Knight of Wands in the reverse here. Talking about something that's romantic, talking about something that is a physical connection with the Knight of Cups over here too. Again, that romantic individual, right? So I do really feel like this was all romantic. I apologize if you guys are looking more for business connections. I will try to get you out a more general reading next time in regards to just being connected with certain people, non-romantic, okay? Anyways, guys, this is what I have for you guys. If it resonates, leave me a thumbs up down below. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. Until next time, guys, stay human. Bye.